I don't think he likes either.
That everybody's been talking about during the holidays. We got the hosts, the home team. Yeah, for the first time for me to witness what Legacy, the School of Sports Science, is all about. The Titans here in the Coliseum. I'm Lance Edwards, joined by Brandon MacArthur, as they're going to take on Duncanville, number 1 in 6A, perennial powerhouse behind Coach Peavy. Man, are you excited or what?
Oh, I mean, you can feel it in the air right now. Everybody's piling in. It's just got that atmosphere for big-time basketball, not only just here in Texas, but, I mean, just across the nation. Be peering in, you are going to see some absolute stars, not only at the high school level, but also you're going to see them in the college days as well.
Tell you what, this is some kind of deal here. This is a double gym, 2 courts, usually set up for like AAU games and double practices like that. So there are no actual bleachers behind the stands, but they had to bring in some football bleachers or some soccer field bleachers. You know, they're only 3 steps tall. Put out a ton of chairs, and there's not going to be one seat without a butt in it tonight.
Nope. This is definitely, you saw the signs coming in that it was sold out, and it is sold out right now, and everybody is just jacked up ready for this game to happen. As I was talking to one of the parents for Legacy, and he was sitting there, he was nervous. He was pacing back and forth, and he's like, man, I got my blood going right now.
So let's talk about this real quick. Let's get the bar set because it's a pretty high one.
Yes,
we told
it is.
you 17 prospects in these 2 games tonight. Our first game ended up with Oak Cliff Faith Family Academy falling to Shadow Creek, the Sharks, out of Alvin ISD, 73-70. Now for this game, our host Titans from Legacy have a guy by the name of Ashton Smith. He's 6'9". He is a senior. He's the real deal, and he's going to be a fighting Texas Aggie next year.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can see him rocking the warm-up there in pregame, too, wearing the Aggies, as he is representing the Texas A&M here in this early matchup. And he is going to be an absolute star, and if he can get going early, he can create a lot of problems for Duncanville.
Fairly interesting. You know, I see Jonathan Massey wearing his warm-up from McNeese State, so he's got that bright blue. See a couple other guys here. Patrick Neal, call him PJ. He's wearing his Prairie View A&M gear. Also have Aaron Scott. He's a 6'7" guard. He's a senior. He's going to be going to Nichols State. And then Ryan Perry, a 6'8" power forward. He's also going to Prairie View A&M. And then we have Sir Isaac Herron. He's a senior. He's got offers from Georgia, Louisiana Tech, IUPUI, Montana State, and Morgan State. And, of course, Duncanville, the perennial powerhouse. Let's talk about them a little bit. Zurich Phelps, a 6'3" point guard, going to SMU. Got Ron Holland. He's only a sophomore, but he's ranked number 12 by ESPN in the class of 2023. Got those offers from schools like U of H, Memphis, and Texas A&M. Juan Reyna going to Alabama State. He's a shooter guard. He's a quick guy on the court for the Panthers tonight. And then Damon Nicholas. Tell you what, Sam Houston State commit. He's going to get it done on the outside as well. And you said you saw one guy that they are missing off this team from last year's squad, Mr. Peavy.
Yep, the Micah Peavy now doing a little bit of starting for the Texas Tech Red Raiders there in Lubbock. And I mean, in the previous year after Peavy, it was Jamias Ramsey who left for Lubbock and is now in the NBA. So Duncanville doesn't just turn out college stars, they turn them out for the NBA level as well. And I think we're going to see some of those stars here play tonight.
All right, we'll get our starting lineup set here. Just again, a great thank you to the folks here at Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences. They are a charter school. They don't play in the UIL. They play all over the country. They get as many games in as they can and travel.
And unfortunately, yeah, got to watch them in a matchup last year at Hoops Thanksgiving, as it's teams that are very similar to them, and they came in and they have a squad that is just going to hustle you out of the gym. Watch for the Titans here to live up to their name of tighten up, and that defense is going to start there. They are going to not leave a body blocked out on a rebound. They'll be hustling all over, and they're going to have to bring that A game here against Duncanville if they're going to want to keep this close, because you mentioned it earlier, Lance, a lot of people are speculating this could be the top 2 teams here in Texas that we might be watching tonight.
We saw 2 pretty darn good teams just a second ago between Shadow Creek and Oak Cliff. Like I said, a lot of talent flying up and down this court tonight, and I'm really excited to watch Duncanville play outside of Austin or San Antonio in just a regular season game. I'm not going to call it any regular season game, but obviously Legacy is going to have a lot of pride on the line tonight. The one thing Legacy is going to have is a little bit of a height advantage over Duncanville, so we'll see if they can defend in the paint and push the ball into the paint, dump it down low, and take advantage of the stars that they have down low. Like Ashton Smith, you know?
Yeah, use that big body down there to see if he can put some points up there. And you mentioned it, Duncanville, by far the smaller team here. But this is a situation, they're going to be a team that can run and gun here. But I mentioned it earlier, Legacy is somebody who can hang with that kind of mentality there. And with the height advantage, they're going to have to dominate the glass there, not give up any second points. And more importantly, can they push these Duncanville shooters to uncomfortable shots? Keep them out of the paint, keep them off the boards, and if they're able to do that, we might see these fans get real jacked up, and it's going to get real loud here in the Coliseum.
Yeah, you're going to hear a bunch of oohs and ahs behind us all night long. We're going to have the headphones on. We're not going to worry about parents or fans or students or yelling of the coaches. I'm just kidding.
Nope.
But we got to give a shout out and a thank you as well to PJ Quiznard for having us out here tonight. So PJ and his Legacy staff teaming up, hands in, Duncanville on the court, ready to go. We have 2 young men jump it off. I'm guessing it's going to be Smith for Legacy, and it'll be Ron Holland from Duncanville. Hey, let's tip it off.
I mean, if you're not jacked up, you're not awake, especially it's a Friday night too, Lance. I mean, it's in the air. The electricity, you can feel it.
Texas High School basketball on VypeLive.com. Only one place to watch it, and I hope we get to bring you a lot more of it over the next coming years, and especially the rest of this 2020 leading into 2021. Merry Christmas early. This is a happy holiday gift that you're unwrapping under the tree as we will jump it off. It is Duncanville and Legacy. Duncanville winning the tip over to Raina. Juan Raina kicking it off. We're going to see a man-to-man defense, as I kind of suspected, out of Duncanville.
Yeah, try to see if they can use that height advantage and match up early and try to put Duncanville in an uncomfortable situation.
Panthers very patient, looking for that one open shot. Raina's going to take it himself, pull up from 18, off the mark, just short. And Smith comes up with the rebound. PJ Neal running the point here for Legacy as he goes behind the back. He's being watched like a glove by CJ Ford.
It's a lot of standing around right now from the Titans. Not much movement here.
Good baseline move and a strong 2 points right there for John Massey. And a steal, a near steal. Can't quite get it. That was Aaron Scott diving all out for it. Ball comes up to Duncanville. As there's a nice baseline drive and a feed from Zurich Phelps to Ron Holland. And we're going to get a foul called. Well, number 2, PJ Neal, that's his first.
And already you can see Duncanville just kind of establishing their tempo here as they will swing it around on the perimeter, be patient. Again, we mentioned in the first game, no shot clock here in the Texas high school ranks here, so it's a situation they can really be patient and work for their own shot.
First free throw up and good for Ron Holland. Holland, as we mentioned earlier, several offers as he knocks the second shot through. I mean, he's going to be a guy that's top of the class of 2023. I know U of H and A&M want to keep them in the state of Texas.
And understandably so, as not only that, you're seeing more and more talent in the high school ranks, especially for basketball, coming from this Houston area. In fact, Calvin Sampson has always talked about how he's going inside out.
Got to get that core, got to drive into the lane, and P.J. Neal gets caught taking one extra step as he pivots and gets called for the traveling violation quickly down the court. Ooh. Jay Zurich Phelps. Said, y'all are sleeping on defense. I'm going to go straight to the hole and give my Panthers a 2-point lead. John Massey kicks it over to Aaron Scott. Scott crosses over, spins in the lane, dips off, and a nice dish, and finds Mr. Brian Miles for 2.
Oh, get it out.
And a big block by Ashton Smith. Here's Neal. Kicking it over to Smith. It goes up strong, off the glass. And we're going to foul call on number 3. That is C.J. Ford, his first. So feeding off the energy, knowing how big this game is for their school. Legacy comes out. Tell you what, with the up-tempo, there's Duncanville going 1-on-4, watching guys fall asleep. But call them cheap baskets, call it whatever you want. Duncanville's coming out here early and weathered this emotional storm. You know what? There's a lot of bright shoes on the court.
Yeah,
I just noticed that.
I was catching that too. The colors are just booming here.
Another turnover for the Panthers. Zurich Phelps couldn't handle the pass right along the side court in front of a few fans. A lot of fans with their cell phones out, Snapchatting and Instagram living this game. There's only one place you need to watch live basketball. That's right here on Vype.com. Primary ball handler is P.J. Neal. Kicks it over to Scott as a pass from Miles into the low post. Went out of bounds because Big Smith was held.
Yeah, they had to grab him on the back right there, and good job by the referee spotting that quickly.
Fouling Ron Holland, his first. 5:26, tied ball game here in the first quarter, just underway at the Coliseum. Neal gets a real high screen, can't do anything with it. Kicks it over to Massey. Massey finds Smith up top, back over to Neal. All the way across the court, into the hands of Aaron Scott, who drains a 3 from the right wing. 3 points for Aaron Scott. Duncanville quickly pushes it, responds with a 3-pointer of their own. Nothing but the bottom of the net. C.J. Ford keeping this game tied at 7. Here's P.J. Neal looking. He's guarded by Ford. Ford all over him. Ugly entry pass, and it's going to be tied up. 2 Panthers and 1 Titan. And Miles does not win that battle.
And you can see the referees jumping in real quick, trying to just calm everybody down right now, as you can see that these players hyped up and really feeling it and being aggressive right now in all the right ways. What's going on here?
Well, they're trying to figure out the possession arrow. That's the first jump ball, and Duncanville did win the tip. So someone at the scorer's table goofed. We won't call her out.
Mentioned by name.
All right, long pass near the mid-stripe. Getting the ball into the hands of Scott. He's so tall, he's able to kick that ball down over defenders to feed the low post. Here's Miles kicking it to the top. Massey passes on the 3, drives left, misses the shot. Rebound comes out. Panthers are up and running. The alley. Oh, man, that was a good-looking pass from Phelps. Tossing it over to Ron Holland. Ron Holland got a hand on it, couldn't finish the slam, but he is going to get 2 free throws.
I mean, Ron Holland's climbing the ladder on that one. My Lord, what is the vertical leap on that kid?
A little bit of a development here. Second foul on P.J. Neal here in the first 4 minutes of the game. Looks like he's going to have a seat on the bench. Can't afford that 3rd foul. Interesting going to be who's going to handle the ball. Is it going to be Aaron Scott maybe on the outside? Checking into the game is going to be Jalen Gibson. replacing Neal. First free throw's down and good for Holland. 3 points, looking for 4. Jinx them again. Subbles for the shooter, inadvertent buzzer. Everybody's got to keep playing, and now Holland will get a rest as Duncanville will check in. A number that is not on my roster. It's okay. We'll figure him out. Smith from the high-low action. Nice little dish. Couldn't go up and in by Miles, but it's cleaned up by Scott. Crashing offensive boards. It's a 1-point lead for the Titans. Trap at midcourt.
Oh.
And Scott's will get called for the foul from behind as Damon Nicholas, Sam Houston State commit, pulled up with the jumper. May have caught Smith off guard. 2 shots coming up for the Panthers. Damon knocks down the first. Ball game is tied at 9 apiece. Second free throw is up and in, and the Panthers have a 1-point lead with 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. Gibson, who just checked in 2 possessions ago, comes in, drives the lane, dishes it off. And going up strong is Sir Isaac Heron. 2 guys coming off the bench and instantly contributing for Legacy. They're back up by 1. Here's Reyna, who had a quick departure in that first quarter. Makes his man miss on the pump fake and drains a 23-foot tray for his first 3 points of the game. 2-point lead for Duncanville. Legacy easily getting into the lane, Brandon.
Ooh, I think he got popped right there in the face. Going down and grabbing his eye right there. That is always a stinger.
So the foul is on the man who has no name, according to my documentation, but I'm going to have to represent him by at least halftime. Caleb Jones. I'm going to go ahead and add him into my scores book. I wrote him down as number 4. He's wearing number 5 tonight. 100% mistake by your announcer.
He's just keeping you on your toes.
Jonathan Massey at the line, shooting 2. Goes by John John. Can have fun saying that all night. Second shot's up and good. We're back tied again. 4 points for Massey early on in this first quarter. Can't leave your feet, Gibson. And he does, but the shot goes errant by Zurich Phelps. Reyna comes back up with it on the baseline. He's going to swing the pass. CJ Ford thought about draining his second triple of the first quarter. Instead, it's back into the hands of Reyna, who gets cut off by Gibson. Swings it over to Phelps. Phelps goes to his right off the crossover, throws the ball baseline and throws it out of bounds. And everybody on that Titans bench is high-fiving, yelling, and cheering on their squad. Pretty quiet over there on that Duncanville bench. Nobody helping, as that was a great heads-up play by Scott back to Gibson. He's just going to take it all the way, use the left hand, roll it in. Nice play, Jalen Gibson, for 2 points of your own. And the defensive pressure is coming now from Legacy as they want it more as a 2-point lead, 2:19 left in the first quarter, Brandon. Woo, talk about getting some momentum in here, huh?
Not only that, mentioned it in the pregame, you were going to see them hustle, and my Lord, are they just putting Duncanville in an uncomfortable situation, utilizing that hustle and that great length as well.
Look, not settling for threes, defensive pressure, getting into the paint. That's a formula for success in my book.
Absolutely. 1-on-1 from threes.
Mid-court. Here's Massey. Drives baseline, steps out of bounds. It's been so effective here in the first quarter for Legacy to keep driving baseline and just dish it to a man moving from the high post to the low post. You're getting great position, easy buckets and easy looks.
I mean, they're 5 of 7 from inside the three-point, 1 of 1 from outside of it as well. So they are just hot shooting right now, finding the right looks.
Ford looks over to Reyna. Reyna doesn't have a shot as he's got Gibson in his face and focused. Reyna gets double teamed on the wing. Kicks it over to Holland. Holland to Nicholas, and Nicholas, oh, Reyna with a steal after the bucket, 15 all with 1:37 left. So Nicholas gets into the books.
Oh, yeah, that's above the rim.
There'll be a bit of goaltending there off of the miss by Massey. Ashton Smith said, I'm going to clean this up and throw this down. And all three officials simultaneously blew the whistle. As Reyna catches the ball in the left wing, goes across court, gets it back to the hands of Phelps, who misses a three. It's off the mark. Holland with the rebound, kicks it back out, and it's C.J. Ford with another triple. 3 points for Ford, a 3-point lead for Duncanville with 62 seconds left in the first quarter. So Massey running the point with P.J. Neal on the bench. Massey gets it to the lane, kicks it out to Gibson, settles for the three. No good. Nice rebound by Scott. Gets stripped, though, by Reyna. Duncanville's out and running, and that's going to be Nicholas for 2 more points. So Damon Nicholas waking up for the Panthers. The lead is now up to 5. And now they pick up the defensive pressure, and we're going to get a foul. And Coach Peavy doesn't like it, but then he just gives a little smile to the official and then tells his boys, keep it up. Looks good.
I just love the benches, too, for both squads, man. Everybody's getting into it, all on their feet, just exploding and cheering. It's in the air.
It's a 5-point lead for Duncanville. 33 seconds left here in our opening quarter from the Coliseum. Neal back into the game for this final possession. Just for his handles, I'm assuming.
Oh, no.
And Ashton Smith's going to get called for 3 seconds in the lane. Duncanville will have a chance here with 19.5 seconds left to extend their lead before we take our first break. Here's Ford with the ball, looking for Reyna. Reyna cuts it back over to Nicholas, back over to Ford. Reyna's running all over the court, getting open and just chunking it up. Holland with another great rebound, but he can't get it up off the glass before the end of the quarter. And what an opening quarter it was. The surge by Legacy out the gates, but it was Duncanville closing strong, up 20-15. You're watching Texas High School basketball on VypeLive.com.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Back inside the Coliseum here in Houston, Texas for our blockbuster prime time Texas high school basketball matchup between Duncanville and Legacy. 20-15 is our score as we open up quarter number 2. Panthers into a little bit of a rhythm in that last 4 minutes of the first quarter here on the road. As they'll start out with a lob, it's no good as they were looking for Phelps. Of course, look who got the rebound, Holland. I'm sure that's his 4th offensive rebound in the first half. And he jumps up a 3, does not go. Neal getting that PT, can't afford to keep him out on the bench. Shot goes long by Gibson, and Duncanville's out and running. I think that's Ford again. And Ford looks over at the bench at Legacy and says, y'all got to put somebody on me. Y'all can't just let me run on the court and go 3 from 3 from behind the arc. It's an 8-point lead for Duncanville. Here's Neal looking for Smith. Smith doesn't want to put it on the ground. He's just holding the ball. He finds Neal across the court. Neal looks down to Miles. Miles gets blocked by Nicholas, recovers, and gets himself 2 more points. Nicholas wastes no time, goes the length of the court, uses the left hand, and it was silky smooth. 8-point lead maintained for the Panthers. Nice turnaround Jay with his back to the basket for Sir Isaac Heron. He's like going to start getting going here. The big 6'9" Titan. Reyna from the broadcast booth doesn't go down. Neal in transition. Look at the dish, throws it nowhere. And checking into the game for the first time is going to be Ark Demings for the Panthers. Ford splits a double team, finds Holland at the top of the key. His 3-ball won't go. Rebounds are hard to secure right now for this Titans squad as the ball's getting punched around all over the place.
I mean, they have 9 rebounds so far compared to the Panthers' 8. But you're exactly right. In a situation where they have a dominant height advantage, they should be owning the boards.
So the Panthers have 8 rebounds. I guarantee you 4 of them have been by Holland on the offensive side.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Here's Neal over to Gibson. Gibson is just a massive body, man.
Just a big, strong kid. I mean, he's just
strong,
solid.
Solid man. You're right. We say kid, man.
Yeah.
Here's Nicholas in the court, up court. He
Go
throws
get
it
it.
off the backboard. Oh, man, and Ron Holland finishes it. And Gibson takes a hit. I mean, the assist was off the backboard as Holland gets talked to, says, calm down. He tells the official, Mr. Joe, yes, sir, I'll play with respect. But tell you what, that was sick. I mean, that wasn't just a lob. I think the backboard's still shaking. I think it's even crooked. We might have to go get the 10-foot pole and see if that cylinder's still in the right position.
I mean, that is how you throw it down and make a statement right there. Just off the glass, go get it, son. And boy, does Hollins finish with authority.
When Nicholas throws that ball up there, I wonder if he goes, assist.
Yeah, yep.
All right. Let's see if the Titans can bounce back. John Massey responds, cuts the lead to 6. Here's Holland again, driving the lane, getting in there every time he wants to. The white jerseys were containing, the white jerseys were cutting off, and they're not doing it anymore. Duncanville driving at will. As a long 3 is errant by Miles, and the long rebound results in a loose ball foul by Legacy. 29-21 is our score. Duncanville leads with 4:59 remaining in the second quarter. It's Ford with the basketball. Checking into the game is Jaden Gallion for Legacy. His assignment, follow Ford, don't let him get open, as he's had the hot hand here in the first half for the Panthers. Ford skips the ball over to Phelps. Phelps looking for the high screen. The screen comes late. A man falls down. He spins in the lane, kicks it out to Reyna in the right corner, and the ball rattles in for another triple. 5th three for the Panthers here in the first half. It's 32-21 with 4:23 remaining.
Not only 5th three, but 5 of 10 from three-pointer as well, so shooting 50% from behind the line.
John Massey throws a pass from the top of the key in. And the Titans are going to call a timeout because that is not what they're looking for on the offensive end. 4:12 left. It's an 11-point lead for Duncanville. We'll take a break right here on VypeLive.com.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, we're back. 4:12 remaining in our first half. It's an 11-point lead for the Duncanville Panthers. Perennial number 1 in Class 6A in Texas high school basketball. Controlling the last 8 minutes of this game after a pretty slow start. And there's a 3-ball in the corner for Arik Demings. Checks into the game 3 possessions ago, and now he's got 3 points to his name. The lead is now 14 for Duncanville. There's the look inside and the finish for Sir Isaac Heron. Ball's got to get into the low post for these white jerseys if they're going to contend and pull out this victory tonight. Here's Reyna. He can pull it from there, but he's got a hand in his face. So he's going to spin, drive. A late whistle. Maybe the whistle got stuck between his mask and his mouth. But
2020 problems.
The result is Duncanville ball under their own hoop.
Oh, he had Hollins calling for the alley-oop. Missed him.
Holland wanted it, but he may have picked up an offensive foul if he would have got it. The hot hand from Demings. Demings can't get the shot to fall. It's going to be a 12-point lead coming the other way. Looking to cut into it are the Titans. Gallion dribbles the ball off of the Duncanville defender's foot. And with the ball not in P.J. Neal's hands, it's a big 2 palms up trying to figure out what they're going to do on offense. Gibson came in and gave them some good minutes. But this offense clearly runs through Neal. High screen from Heron.
Ooh.
Gallion chunks up a 17-footer falling away with a hand in his face. Duncanville quickly pushes it up the court. There's Phelps with a crossover, the sky hook as he goes into the lane. Nothing doing. Demings gets the ball in the right corner, swings the ball around. Here's Holland calling for it, top of the key. Nicholas back to Holland. Holland over to Phelps. And Duncanville's content to find the right shot here. And it goes into the hands and goes back iron off of Phelps. As Gallion runs the floor, gets a nice assist from Neal. There's 2 points, much needed points for these Titans. 10-point lead for Duncanville as Phelps puts on the moves, dishes it to the right corner. And Panthers in a little funk here, just throwing up threes. As Neal decides to drive it to the hole, he's going to get 2 free throws, hard-earned free throws. To try to cut this lead back into single digits. First free throw up and good for Neal. Want to welcome any of our friends up in the DFW area. If you're watching this from your computer, cell phone, tablet, somewhere up there in the Duncanville area, grandparents that are tuned in, moms and dads that weren't able to make the trip down to H-Town, welcome to VypeLive.com. We hope you're enjoying the show. Smith gets an offensive board, tips it to himself, and that's what they need. I think that's his first 2 points of the game. The lead is cut to 7. Reyna into the lane, goes up strong, and drops it like it's hot. Reyna with 8. On the other end, Massey's going to find Miles. Miles going to drop it off for 2 points of his own. And we're back and forth with 1:25 left. It's a 7-point lead for Duncanville. Reyna calls the play. Ford catches it just off the mark on a full set jump shot from 28 feet. Here's John Massey dipping it down to Miles. Goes up strong. And the lead is now 5. 1 minute and counting here in the first half from the Coliseum. Here's Phelps looking across the court, gets the ball to Reyna. Reyna looking left, going back to his right. 39 seconds and counting. Ball gets into the hands of Ford. Back over to Reyna. And they were looking for the backdoor lob. And Reyna takes a scoot and gets called for a travel as they were looking to throw one down and get everybody up on their feet here inside the gym. Everybody did that half jump out of their seat and didn't get to say, ah. They did.
No, you're right. I mean, Reyna, that's why he traveled. He was so excited, too, that he kind of shuffled.
Here's Neal with 26 seconds left. Trailing by 5 here in the first half. Nowhere to go for Neal. Gets over to Gallion. Gallion to Miles. Miles looks for a man on the backdoor cut, but great defense. Ron Holland, dude. Ron Holland is the man. I'm telling you, I like what he does off the ball as much as I like what he does with the ball in his hands.
His ability to close gaps is incredible. I mean, just right there, just making a play on a situation that should have ended up for 2 points for Legacy.
He went right block to left block and stopped that. Here's the lob to Smith.
Oh.
And Smith gets himself 2 points.
That was a man move right there.
Gave a little bump. 6 seconds and counting. It's a 3-point game as Reyna drives to the hole and he dribbles it off his foot, looking for the foul. And with 1.2 seconds left here, can we get a little buzzer beater to end this exciting first half and maybe tie this thing up?
I mean, it's going to have to be a prayer. Minute with 1.2 seconds left. Going to have to see if you can get some kind of look.
All right, 1.2. Ball goes into Neal. Neal throws it up from half court, and the ball's going to be just short off the right backboard. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to have an interview with Carrie Patterson-Brown from Legacy, the School of Sports Science. They trail by 3 to number 1 Duncanville in Class 6A, 37-34 here on VypeLive.com. We'll be back with a great little interview with a good friend of the Vype team here at the Coliseum.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com. Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
We're broadcasting big game between Duncanville and Legacy, the School of Sports Science. Joined here with Carrie Patterson Brown. And I wanted to ask you, Carrie, tell me all about your school. I've never heard of it until this week, actually.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you were able to come and visit. Our school is we're going into our third year. We are a charter school that focuses on the industry of sport. We're 6th through 12th grade campus and currently have around 400 kids that go here. And we're new to the city, but we feel like what we have to offer is something that a lot of families would be interested in.
And you mentioned that you still have open enrollment, I guess, for people coming back to school starting in January, right?
Yes. So we're open enrollment charter school until we obviously hit our maximum number. But for the upcoming school year, we're really looking to bring in some 6th and 9th grade students to fill our school roster.
You want to start from those beginning grades. Will y'all ever expand down into pre-kindergarten and elementary school, you think?
No, sir.
No?
We like the middle school, high school age level just because we feel like that's a group that's very impressionable, but at the same time, those that we could mold to be great citizens and be great legacy students.
Where do you get most of your students from? All over the city of Houston, or mainly the north side, you think?
Yes. No, we hit 13 geographical boundaries, and so we have kids that come here from Pearland, and we have all the way to the Woodlands. So yeah, we're across the city.
So talk to me just a little bit briefly about how much travel, like for say your basketball team.
Yes.
They have to travel across the country to get games in, don't they?
Yes. They're on a national record. a national schedule. So they travel far. That's our 6A team. Now our smaller teams, we're in the area. We're in the local area. But our 6A team does have a travel schedule it's pretty unique.
Well, you have a beautiful facility here, and from what I've seen so far,
thank you.
Very respectful children here on campus, very helpful children here on campus as well.
So just to kind of let you know, they're all in sports management, so they're part of the Sports Management Society. So we have them doing everything here to facilitating to run the game. So everything that goes on outside of playing, our kids are the ones that are orchestrating all that.
Interesting. Can't wait to get the next press release when y'all have a nice little evening like this.
Yes.
Y'all need to make this an annual tradition.
Well, that's up to the coaches. I'm just here for support. So whatever their decision is, then we're going to support it. But really what we're looking to do is make sure that our kids that are in the sports management program, they get a chance to see some high-quality game and then be able to perform on their side, on the industry side.
And just real quick, Carrie Patterson-Brown, give us an email or a phone number they can contact you if someone's interested in looking into this school.
Well, our website is www.legacycmhs.org. So Legacy Collegiate Middle and High School for Careers in Health and Wellness, that's our school district, but legacycmhs.org. And then our school phone number is 713-400-7848.
All right, thank you for coming on in.
Thank you for having me.
We're about 1 minute away from our second half starting, and we're going to take a quick little break and then have the second half action for you right here on VypeLive.com.
Thank you.
Little fist bump, a COVID fist bump.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think? Test. We good? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coliseum on the campus of Legacy, the School of Sports Science. The Titans trail by 3 points here tonight to number 1 ranked Duncanville. 37-34 is our score. About to get the second half underway here. Let's go through some scoring for you. CJ Ford led the Panthers with 9 points. Damon Nicholas with 8. Juan Raina with 8. Ron Holland with 7. Ashton Smith only had 4 points for the Legacy Titans, but they were led by Brian Miles with 8, John Massey with 6, and Sir Isaac Heron with 6 of his own. Aaron Scott also contributed 5 points, 2 off the bench for Jalen Gibson. We start out with a steal and an outlet to Holland, and Holland's going to go ahead and get 2 more running the court as they'll quickly extend the lead. He's got 9. Lance Edwards with Brandon MacArthur for the second game of our doubleheader. We'll talk about our first game coming up here at the end of the third quarter. It was a nail biter by the Sharks of Shadow Creek. They were 73-70 winners. Aaron Scott can't get the shot to fall, but the acrobatic tip by John Massey keeps this at a 3-point game. Here's CJ Ford looking over to Phelps. Phelps kicks it to the corner where Raina is standing. Raina's going to have a wide open look from the left corner. He drains it. Kid can shoot, ladies and gentlemen. He can shoot. And Aaron Scott comes out and says, I'm tired of being held silent. I'm going to start shooting it in the second half as well. Here's Nicholas on the left wing. Raina in that left corner again, dumps it down to Holland, who skips it across the lane. Raina's going to get another shot from 3. Steps back and misses it a little bit off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds off of Ashton Smith. It'll remain Panthers basketball. See if they can draw up in a little out of bounds play underneath. Not a lot of movement. CJ Ford over to Holland. Massey went for the steal. No harm done. Phelps runs baseline and gets fed the basketball. 4 points for Phelps, and the lead is now up to 6 with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. So John Massey just throwing it up, and Scott cleaning it up. That's been the story of the second half so far, as Neal comes up with a steal. Goes up strong with the left hand and gets it to drop. 44-42, 5:47 here in the third. Defensive pressure comes. Picking up your man full court, John Massey. Reyna calling for a high screen from Holland. Steps out of it. Gets the ball into the hands of Ford as Duncanville slows it down here, 5:23 and ticking. He gets the screen from Holland. As Phelps pulls it out, gets a screen from Holland. Holland's a busy man. Phelps, no goaltending as he got it on the way up. Ball's kicked to Reyna. Reyna misses a three, but guess who's there to clean up the offensive board? Ron Holland once again. That's 5 offensive rebounds I have in my book for Holland. We'll stay right here. Talk a little bit about that game earlier, Brandon. We had Ramon Walker with 31 points, the U of H commit, just tearing it up for the Sharks. Sean Jones, big profile name, only had 11 points, got into foul trouble early, but he set the tone, dropping 3 threes in that first quarter. We also saw Jordan Walsh. What do you think of Jordan Walsh's play from Oak Cliff?
Absolute complete player in Jordan Walsh. He's somebody that is not only a strong defender, but he can play on the low block. He can come up and handle the rock on the top of the key as well. He's a facilitator. He's a shooter. I mean, he is just a 5-tool player, and he is prime. There's a reason why he's the 42nd overall ranked recruit coming out of Texas, because he is absolutely legit. He is prime for the next level.
So Walsh had 18 points. He was helped out by Brandon Walker, who had 17 for the Eagles. TJ Caldwell just couldn't get it going earlier as he only scored 4 points in the entire contest. But tell you what, both of those programs have a fascinating 2021 coming up.
Absolutely. If they can start putting it together, they are going to make some noise going forward.
Of course, Shadow Creek right here in our backyard in H-Town, out in the Pearland area. Right here, it's a 4-point deficit for the Titans of Legacy. As Miles looks for the backdoor cut, Aaron Scott stopped running, and it's another turnover for Legacy.
That's a situation. You cannot give Duncanville free possessions here. You have to make every possession count here going down the stretch.
Ball gets stripped out of the hands of Phelps. Massey comes up with it, runs the court, goes up, and they're going to call a player control foul. As I don't understand that, how everybody was running down the court simultaneously. I guess maybe he threw an elbow. That's an interesting call. I believe the foul's going to be called on Ford.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure I understand what was happened there.
The foul was called on Neal. I don't know. I haven't seen an extra foul get on the board.
Same.
Maybe they're just saying it was knocked out of bounds off of Neal when the bumps happened around the basket. I don't know anymore.
It is what it is.
I'll just tell you what's happening. That's a spin move by Nicholas. Can't get the ball to go down. That was over the back by Holland, trying to make another hustle play. And that's going to be Ron Holland's second foul. It's a 4-point lead with 4:20 left here in the third quarter for Duncanville. Duncanville, of course, if you're not familiar, just checking in the game, wearing those red uniforms with the blue numbers, and Legacy School of Sports Science in the white uniforms with the maroon trim. Ball goes out of bounds, tipped out of bounds. I think it's time to get the ball to Ashton Smith's hands here.
Yeah, try to play him on the low block there. He's had a defensive presence, but just hasn't really made it go offensively yet here for Legacy. And that's got to be a test there to Hollins. He's got a big task ahead of him to handle that big man down low.
Just a bad inbound pass there into the hands of Nicholas, and he's going to finish like he's done all game long. 10 points for Damon Nicholas, the future Bearcat. Under 4, it's a 6-point lead for Duncanville. Smith taking matters into his own hands. Nicholas going to pick his pocket off to Phelps, and Phelps throws it down with a one-handed flush. Phelps now with 6 points. The Panther lead extended to 8. 3:39 and counting. P.J. Neal back with the ball. Cuts it to the lane, pulls up, way off the mark, and the Panthers are out and running. Reyna lobs it to Holland, and it's alley-oop city here on VypeLive.com. That's going to force a Titan timeout. 10-point lead. That was beautiful, unselfish team basketball. Duncanville running the court with a 10-point lead with 3:25 left here. You're watching basketball here in the state of Texas on VypeLive.com.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
2023. All right, welcome back to the Coliseum here. I tell you what, we've seen a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of good juniors, a lot of good seniors, but it's Ron Holland taking the show away out of the class of 2023 for Duncanville. He's just extended the lead to 10 points for the Panthers. And he almost picked up a steal there at midcourt on cue. Holland is just all over the place. Understands his role, almost got a 5 count into the hands of Gibson. As Gibson just a little too slow, Holland almost picked his pocket from behind. Neal pulls up the left side of the key, and PJ Neal's going to drop 2 more points. Quickly the ball crosses across the court. Phelps drives the lane, goes up strong with the left. He meets Ashton Smith. Smith blocks it, but Panthers retain possession. Reyna getting double teamed out top. If he gets rid of it, somebody's going to be open on a swing pass. Still being chased all over the court, and they just want to play Lob City here as Nicholas finishes off the Juan Reyna assist. Up and down action, a 10-point lead maintained as Smith. They love those little jumpers in the middle of the lane. Aaron Smith now has 11. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the third quarter of our primetime marquee matchup. The gym is packed, and the points are racking up. That ball was tipped off the hands of Gibson as Ford was trying to look for Phelps in our left corner. Here's Phelps throwing it up to Reyna, who's going to shoot it from 30 feet.
Nope.
And it's way short. I think I heard somebody to my right say OMG. 144 in the third, 8-point game. Big chance here. Got to take advantage of those turnovers and those bad shot selections. But they don't. It's a turnover, and Nicholas is going to throw it down with his right hand. Might as well call them the Duncanville Dunk City. D-U-N-C City, right?
Florida Gulf Coast.
I could probably sell a lot of T-shirts with that. Here's Phelps in the open court. 3-on-2 break. He's going to lob it.
Oh.
And the alley-oop's just kind of thrown off the glass. Duncanville taking control now. They're up by 12.
I'll get it out.
Oh, running down the court, Zurich Phelps. They're going to call goaltending on Phelps. But my Lord, that was some hustle. He threw the lob on one end, and then he got back and got the block, but they called the goaltending on the other end. That's hustle. He's running 90 feet. 58 seconds, 10-point game. Phelps, ball's in his hands. He gets picked. Neal with the ball, driving in the lane, trying to take over, kissed off the glass on the left side. And we're going to have a foul and free throws coming up. Woo, catch your breath here. Catch your breath inside the Coliseum.
I mean, you want to talk about a tale of two halves. I mean, that first half, Duncanville was 7-11 from inside the three-point arc. Already now they've only missed 2 shots inside. They're 8 of 10. I mean, just an absolute turnaround. They took 14 threes, and already they hit 6 of them. Right now, they're 1 of 3 from three-point land.
I'm sure Coach Peavy at halftime said, hey, guys, stop chunking it up there and let's go inside.
100%.
And like you said, man, They're getting looks, man. They're getting layups and dunks.
Yep.
You said they're like shooting 80% inside the second half. I mean, it's all lobs. Lobs and layups.
It's been simple dunks, everything at the rim. I mean, they're getting open turnovers right there in the middle of the floor, which is leading to these easy 2-point buckets, and they haven't had to rely on the three at all.
Here's first free throw attempt from Neal. Knocks down his 8th point of the contest. Looking for number 9. 47 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Not a lot of fouls, but a lot of high-paced action inside the Coliseum here. Legacy now trails by 8. Duncanville would love to extend it to a double-digit lead going into the fourth quarter. Here's Reyna looking back over to Ford. Ford's just going to hold the ball on his hip with 29 seconds and counting here in the third.
Yeah, Coach Peavy gave him the signal for a 1, basically telling him hold for the last shot here, take this to the fourth quarter with an 8-point lead. And you mentioned the lack of fouls. I'm sure we're going to do the broadcaster's curse here, but there's only been 13 total fouls called this entire game.
10 seconds. Reyna has the ball. 7, 6, 5. He's from 35 out. He kicks it over to Deming at the free throw stripe, and Deming knocks it home. 2 more points for Eric Demings, and that makes it a double-digit lead going into the fourth quarter. Our score here at the Coliseum, Duncanville 60, Legacy 50. We'll take a little 30-second break here and be back right here on VypeLive.com.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com.
Eight more minutes of basketball inside the Coliseum for tonight. There'll be plenty of games to come in the near future as this great program built by head coach Quisnard here is just showing off and showcasing as the number 1 team in the state. But that team, Duncanville, has a 10-point lead coming into the fourth quarter as we are underway, and Ford goes straight to the hoop, and he's going to get blocked by Sir Isaac Heron. On the other end, it's going to be Miles missing one with his back to the basket. The lob was there for Holland. Nicholas didn't see it, but Nicholas puts on the spin move, gets the bucket, and the lead is now extended to 12 points. Nicholas has 18 points tonight. Pretty sure he leads all scorers. Next time out, I'll be able to add all these totals up for you. 7:33 and counting, 63-50 is our score. The boys in the white jersey are trailing. Gibson tries to go hard to the hole, and he got rewarded. He is fouled. 2 free throws coming up. And you did jinx us, Brandon. You said there were no fouls in the third quarter. Here we go. Whistle City. First free throw by Gibson is up and good. Gibson came out off the bench in that first quarter when P.J. Neal had 2 fouls. It really gave him a spark off the bench. Great defender, gets into the lane. If he can start finishing, this could be a big fourth quarter for him and the Titans. Second free throw up and good. 4 points for Gibson. It's a 10-point game. Legacy needs stops. Duncanville content with drawing out defenders. Reyna goes to work. He's got Miles on him, and he does a little Euro step in the lane and gets the little floater to drop. Just 13 points for Juan Reyna. We knew he was a sharpshooter, but he's doing it with the drives, too, in tonight's game. That's an offensive foul all day as Brian Miles drops the shoulder. Reyna takes the charge. It's just basketball IQ, Brandon. It's a lot of good basketball IQ from these Duncanville guys.
I mean, they just know how to make the smart play at every sense of the turn of what they're doing, whether they're taking charges, they're taking steals, running the open floor. I mean, they just close gaps. Everything and anything that they do is just brilliant. They're utilizing this big height from the Titans, and if you notice, they're making them draw out to open up that space for them, and then it's been Lob City all day for Duncanville.
Damon Nicholas checks back into the game. No fouls tonight, just got a good little minute, 15-second breather beyond the end of the quarter. Eric Demings giving them some quality time off the bench, scoring 5 points for the Panthers. They hold on to a 12-point lead with 6:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Had a good time working with you tonight.
It's been fun, man. This has been something where this is elite basketball being played right now, and it's just so easy to get locked in and become a fan and almost forget that you're calling the game.
It makes you miss some of those tournaments with the elite talent, especially when they're competing in the prep level.
Absolutely.
Zurich Phelps tried to go baseline. He's cut off by Heron, Sir Isaac Heron. Here's Reyna with Neal on him, crosses him over. Neal trying to get a 5 count. Not happening. Ball gets into the hands of Nicholas, who kicks it over to Phelps. The patience pays off as it goes back to Nicholas in the corner. The long J is not his game. He's been all over the basket and in the lane, but he takes it anyway, comes up just a short. And running the floor was Heron, and the ball entry into his hands, falls out of bounds. Panther basketball up by 12, 6:08 remaining.
It's been the turnover bug that has absolutely killed Legacy in this second half, and it's a reason why this has ballooned to a 12-point deficit.
Looking for more. Duncanville kicks it over to C.J. Ford. Can't get the bucket to drop. It spins out. Gibson with the rebound. He's got 3 on 4. Kicks it to the corner. Just a great job of floor balance by Duncanville. And there's a great job by John Massey. A little kiss off the glass as he was falling down. We're back to a 10-point game for Duncanville. Nicholas barely gets across the timeline. I thought that was going to be a backcourt violation. Duncanville very patient to see if it can hold up.
Oh, good defense right there.
Good back swipe, leading to this transition opportunity.
Oh.
Nicholas tries to kiss it high off the glass, off the nice little move. Can't get it to drop. Here comes Aaron Scott. You know he's going to go strong to the hole. Misses everything, but it's cleaned up by Jalen Gibson. And the deficit is now 8. Key point. This is an up and down game. There's a lot of running going on. Ashton Smith has been on the bench for a long time for Legacy.
And I think you summoned him.
He just stood up. So with 4:35, Duncanville nearly turns the ball over. Sir Isaac Heron comes out after some great minutes, giving Smith some time on the bench. And for the next 4 minutes and 35 seconds, every ball in the lane should better be swatted.
Yep.
Every rebound better be grabbed, and hopefully some putbacks for Mr. Ashton Smith. It's his time to shine. We'll let you know if he does it right after this quick break on VypeLive.com.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
D up off the Titan bench. It's time to hashtag Tighten up. They got to get it going, trailing by 8 if they're going to pull out the victory over #1 Duncanville. You're watching VypeLive.com, Lance Edwards and Brandon MacArthur. And that, my friends, is another take in the lane that falls up short, that time by C.J. Ford. Titans looking to push. Gibson behind the back, takes it all the way to the hole. And that's 4 straight points for Jalen Gibson. He now has 8 tonight. Duncanville playing a little wild. Phelps goes into the lane, doesn't get it to drop. And there's another big rebound. P.J. Neal on the outlet, going to the hole. Stutter steps, and they'll call the blocking foul. And he'll get 2 free throws to try to cut this lead to 4 points. It was definitely not a charge, but I think I may have called a travel there. But hey, I just think I may have called a travel.
And, you know, we mentioned Ashton Smith coming on and how he was going to have to be lethal on the defensive end and immediately putting a charge in for Legacy. And with a beautiful deflection right there, having him running the floor, doing exactly what the big man needs to do.
Ashton Smith definitely stepping it up inside on the defensive side. We're under 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 57 exactly left in this contest. And P.J. Neal, who has 9 points tonight, looking to get 2 more and cut this lead to 4.
I mean, to put it this way, since Ashton Smith checked into the ballgame, Duncanville's missed 4 straight shots. I mean, it just goes to show how much he can alter it. And with him sitting on the bench, it explains a lot of why Duncanville is getting such easy looks at the rim.
New school, beautiful facility, but we got to invest in some brooms with the towels wrapped around them to clean up the floors here. I mean, it took P.J. Neal out of rhythm. He missed the front end of 2-shot foul here.
Ooh.
Misses them both. So interesting to see what Duncanville does right here.
Yeah, that's going to be a reach.
As Massey gets called for the reach, as he tried to swipe it away from Ford. Only 4 team fouls on the Titans, so if they're trying to shoot and foul and play that possession game in the last minute of the ball game, it's going to be tough unless they get him into the bonus. Reyna with the push off, and everybody saw it. I saw it, and Big Joe saw it, and we're going the other way.
Yep, you can see Coach Beebe telling them too, you can't push off and extend like that with your arm. It's going to get called every single time.
It's easy to be calm when you're up by 6.
Yep.
With 3:36 remaining. Here's Massey crossing the center stripe. Flips it over to Smith, out over to Gibson. Gibson looking to the high post where Scott is. Pulls up, misses the shot, and the outlet to Phelps is going to be another dunk for Zurich Phelps, the future SMU Mustang. Potentially. We'll see. Lead goes back up to 8, 3 minutes and counting. Smith gets the ball inside. He's mugged as soon as he catches it and turns. No free throws yet, though. Really, nobody set up anything on that out-of-bounds play, but Massey gets a good look. It's a 6-point game, 2:58 and ticking. Phelps with the ball in his hands. He's got a wide open lane. He goes in with the left, and he kind of gets pushed in the back, and he didn't finish it. I think he may have been bailed out. As Gibson gets called for the foul, I think that was a bit of a bailout as he lost control of the ball as he went up. But they'll consider it a shot, and he'll get 2 shots to extend the lead to 8. You were smiling.
I-
The ball doesn't lie. He missed the free throw.
And not only that, I was waiting. Ashton Smith, you could see he was sizing that up coming off for the weak side. I thought we were out to have a moment where I was about to get to scream, get that out of here. Ooh.
So Phelps gets the second ball to fall. He's got 9. Duncanville's got 7 on top of Legacy with 2:43 left. 67-60 is our score. Massey looking for Smith. Smith 30 feet away from the basket, not effective, but in the rotation. Let's see if he gets down there, gets a rebound. No need, as Jalen Gibson has come to life in the fourth quarter. It's a 4-point game. Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. 2:21 left. And everybody in the gym is chanting defense for the home team. It's time to hashtag tighten up as C.J. Ford gets called for the offensive foul and the illegal screen. You got to credit the defense of the Titans forcing all those screens right at midcourt for the guard play.
And not only that, he's taking the charges. I mean, that's the second charge they've already taken here in this fourth quarter. They are doing everything right to slowly close that gap. And right now, they can possibly cut it to a 1-point game.
Juan Reyna looking at his boys saying, let's go. 2 minutes, let's close this thing out. Gibson with the hot hand, feeds it down to Smith, and there's your big two-handed flush for the future Texas A&M Aggie. Coming down the other way, it's a 2-point game, under 2 to go. Nicholas kicks it over, and they will call the block on Aaron Scott. Nobody in the gym likes it except for David Peavy.
I'm loving also this Titans bench as they blew that whistle. All of them just exploded.
Man, that was a nice little monster flush. I should have done a dunk count tonight. I wasn't thinking, Brandon. I should have done it, Brandon.
You know what?
I'm ashamed of myself for not doing a dunk count.
You're right. I feel like they should just have a running tally that they do over and over, kind of how like baseball does home runs.
No, how baseball does the Ks. When
Yeah.
somebody strikes out and they flip the Ks.
Well, no, if you go out to Minute Maid, they have that little gas pump out there of all those home runs. Do that for dunks of the season. Just keep a tally rolling.
Duncanville up by 2 with the basketball. Here's Ford on the left side, kicks it back to the inbound man. Nicholas got it in the low post. Good spot for him. He'll kick it back out, reset the offense. 143, up by 2. Gibson eyeing Ford. Ford drives it with a teardrop. Can't get the drop. Smith inside with his presence again. And Coach Quiznard will take a timeout with the ball. 92 seconds left. We're going to stay right here and reset the game for you on VypeLive.com. Trailing by 12 at one point here in the fourth quarter, the Titans have stormed back. And I said if they're going to win it, they're going to have to hashtag tighten up, as it says on the wall. They've done it behind Jalen Gibson in this second half, who's come to life. 11 points in the game tonight for Gibson and counting. Aaron Scott's got 11 points as well, so the balanced scoring continues. P.J. Neal with 9. Brian Miles with 8. John Massey with 12. And the 2 biggest points up into this next bucket were by Mr. Ashton Smith. He's got 6 points.
And you know, Lance, we mentioned that Duncanville came out shooting 8 of 10. Since then, 4 of 10. So this defense has really tightened up.
126 remains. Massey with the ball. Gets it over to Gibson. Gibson's guarded by Ford. Gibson drives the lane, trips, but we're going to get a push.
1-and-1.
Gibson's going to get a 1-and-1, like you said. If he reaches 13 points, this will be a tied game with 75 seconds left.
I mean, the Titans just absolutely climbed their way back into this ball game, and they are doing it the hardest way possible, just getting to the rim defensively. And you are right, they need that broom with that mop pretty badly.
Yeah, 2 feet in the towel is just going to postpone the play. They already froze P.J. Neal earlier with 2 free throws, and he missed the front end. He can't afford to miss the front end here.
And none of these guys got a little brother that can be out there doing that too, you know?
Got to have a ball boy. Gibson's first shot, ice water. Good stuff from Gibson. Next free throw ties it. We'll let the crowd tell you whether or not it goes in. We'll take the break. We're tied. 75 seconds left. Don't go. I didn't add all these up, sorry.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, just in time, we're back. Gibson slams to the floor like it's Cameron Indoor Arena. But it's only the Coliseum. Looking for its first major victory over a number 1. And Zurich Phelps can't get it to go down. Do you hold for the last shot? 57 seconds, the game is tied. The gut check has been passed. And Gibson, with 50 seconds and ticking with Nicholas on him, says, I'm ready to finish it.
It's a situation here. You also have the bonus on your side, too, if you're the Titans. I would try to work something into Smith and then kind of inside out it.
Everybody on their feet, 40 seconds and counting. Ball's in Gibson's hand. He's getting a count on him. I don't know if he knows it. So 2-man game up top. Gibson getting the count again. He's going to drive the lane. Holland steps up, and they call the charge, and guess who it is again? One of the top players in the class of 2023, shaken up. But he does it all. He hasn't scored in the last few minutes, but 13 points, 5 offensive rebounds, a ton of dunks, and another charge drawn by Ron Holland.
I mean, what a step-up play right there to set his feet, take the charge. Awesome job right there. For Legacy, probably not the play you wanted to set up right there. It was a lot of standing around, not too much movement, and they were just waiting for Gibson to make a play. I was waiting for Gibson to do a little dash down there to Smith and see if he could go up there with the two-handed jam, but he was going for glory, and who can blame him right now?
26.1 seconds remaining here. Duncanville with the basketball. And coming into this game, it's one of the perennial powerhouses that's walk in with our chest real high. We've won so many state championships. We are basketball in the state of Texas.
Absolutely.
Going up against a school that people have heard about, people have seen for the past couple of years. They have some really good players going a lot of places, but you really haven't won anything yet, have you?
No, you're exactly right. And right now, tonight, this can be your statement game going forward. If you can make a mark against Duncanville at home, you're setting a tone and telling the rest of the state of Texas, we are established, we are here to play.
26.1. Inbounding the ball is Phelps. Goes into the hands of Ford. Ford has it. Everybody is on their feet.
You have to be mindful of Reyna. He's dangerous from the three as well.
17 seconds. Ford with the basketball. Down to 12. Down to 10. Here comes the screen. Nicholas gets free. Double teamed at the wing, and they'll have to call a timeout with 5.8 seconds as Legacy played that perfectly off of the screen that got the ball into the hands of the man who's been driving in the lane and scoring all the points for them, David Nicholas. He got double teamed on the wing.
Now, if you're Coach Peavy, how are you going to draw this up? Are you trying to get something inside, or are you going to set it up for a game-winning three? In this situation, I might try to get Reyna to come up on the open three here. Granted, this second half, they're 1 for 5 from three-pointer after going in the first half 6 of 14. So they've got a little bit cold, but again, Reyna's that kind of guy that can just have ice in the veins at any opportunity.
Reyna would be my number one option, but I would not be surprised if we got a backdoor lob to win the game.
That wouldn't be a bad call either.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hollins is somebody that can make a play. I mean, if you're going to give it to somebody, you might as well be your athletic guy,
A lot
too.
of focus on Nicholas. Hollins has Smith on him. It's Zurich in the lane, kicking the Reyna. Your man, you called it in the way. Oh, no good. Everybody, it's time for some bonus basketball. We'll be back after the break. We're tied at 67, Legacy in Duncanville. Put 4 minutes on the board, Brandon. We'll see you in a minute.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, you signed up for it. I signed up for it. We are here, and we are ready for 4 more minutes of action inside the Coliseum. Tied at 67 is Duncanville and Legacy, the School of Sports Science. Man, it's been an exciting night. The first game came down to a final possession, and now this one gives us 4 extra minutes to watch 2 excellent basketball programs. Brandon MacArthur, Lance Edwards with you. As Gibson takes his time, very patient. Here's Massey. 30 seconds away. No shots being taken. All one possession as Massey steps up. Can't hit it. The outlet pass was tipped, but Reyna comes up with it. 3:19. Score is tied into the hands of Zurich Phelps. Phelps drives the lane, goes all the way up. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, so it'll be Panther basketball. And here's Zurich.
Ooh.
Oh, Gibson challenging at midcourt. Can't come up with the steal. Very close. Showing off his athleticism and that strong build. Reyna with the basketball. Almost gets left alone coming around the screen. Holland sets another one for him. Reyna gets into the lane. Floats it back out to Nicholas. 2:51, still tied. Duncanville kicks it over to Reyna. Reyna's going to reset. Nowhere to go. Phelps with Gibson on him. The battle of the zeros. C.J. Ford's asking for the basketball over the left corner. Reyna tries to take it himself, and Ashton Smith steps up again. Hustle play by John Massey. And he goes up wildly. And we've played a minute and a half and had 0 points here. 2:25, no points in overtime. We are still tied. Nicholas looks over to Phelps. Phelps to Ford. Ford getting a screen from Holland. Kicks it back over to Phelps. Everything outside the three-point line. They're not even challenging in the lane. If you throw somebody in the high post, you might be able to free up Holland here.
Here they come.
And here comes Holland with the screen at the high top of the key. Nothing going. 1:54. Clock's ticking. Nicholas with the ball. He's going to drive in. And a lot of arm by Smith. No call, though. He'll get credit for the block. hey, his defensive presence has stepped up ever since the 4:35 mark of the fourth quarter. He came back in, and he is not allowing any shots at the rim. Reyna will dribble out to the midcourt. Stripe 143. Who's going to score in overtime? Reyna being chased by P.J. Neal. Gets it out of his hands over to Nicholas. Damon Nicholas with 18 points. 2 more would be huge right here. He dribbles to nowhere. 121 and counting. Nicholas now has Gibson on him. Nicholas dribbling through his legs with Gibson on him. Nicholas with a wild drive, and they're going to call a blocking foul as Nicholas was going up. So he'll get 2 free throws coming up. I believe the blocking foul was on Scott, Aaron Scott. So Nicholas looking for points 19 and 20 with 1:06 left here in the game. The first overtime. First shot spins around and out.
I don't think anybody wants to score this overtime.
And it's a 1-point lead as Nicholas spins it home. We'll see if Jalen Gibson can do it one more time. Gibson kicks it out to the right side. P.J. Neal doesn't want the 3. Reyna O'Neal, 45 seconds and clowning. High screen. Kicks it over to Massey, who misses the 3. Smith cleans it up. Goes up for the bucket, and they're going to get a foul on the putback on Holland. So Ashton Smith has a chance to knock down a pair of free throws with 39.3 left to potentially give his squad the lead.
And Coach Peavy explaining to Hollins why that was a foul, the way he undercut Smith on that rebound there. It's going to get called every time.
A big man who can make free throws. Gotta love it. All tied up. 68 apiece. Second free throw on the way from Smith, and he misses it. We're tied. Holland with the rebound. For sure, double-double for Holland. 30 seconds. C.J. Ford with the ball. Gibson, the primary on-ball defender. They both look up at the clock. 21 seconds. Gibson's going to go ahead and step in right here at 17, 15. Go time. All tied up at 68. Nicholas with the basketball in his hands. Kicks it over to Reyna, and Coach Peavy calls a timeout with 7.7 seconds left. And I think Reyna was about to put it up.
He wants to atone for that missed one at the end of regulation, but now it goes back to the same situation here. What is Coach Peavy going to draw up? You've been a little bit cold shooting it. It might be the time to lob it up to Hollins. I mean, it could be your best bet, but with Ashton Smith down there, it's a dangerous game at this point.
Yeah, your best bet at this point, the way they've been defending inside 5 feet, is to get those guys up in the air and maybe get a little wraparound pass for a layup to end the game. So you got to attack at 4 or 3, get to the lane and make that quick pass, and you got to go straight up with it, maybe end it at the buzzer.
The only problem is with that, too, is as it gets later, those referees love to swallow the whistles when you're down there in a lot of contact. I'd like to see them work that kind of high and low game with Hollins there. Bring him up to the free throw line. Try to set up a screen there. See if you can try to get a wraparound jumper for the win. Anything that's going to try to set you up, or even have Hollins roll off that screen, either lob it up to him or dish it down to him for that quick little layup. But it's just going to be real hard down there in the paint with only 7.7 and Ashton Smith lurking.
All right, 7.7 seconds. It's going to be Nicholas with the basketball. Holland setting him a screen. Nicholas going all the way to the hoop. Kicks it over to Reyna. Chunks it up, and we're going into another overtime.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Reyna kind of throwing up a wild shot there. Ladies and gentlemen, there were a total of 2 points scored in overtime.
All from free throws.
It was 67-67, and all we had was 1 point on each side. Let's take a break. VypeLive.com, bonus basketball, round 2. Let's win this thing.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, welcome to the start of the 5th quarter. All tied up, knotted up at 68. Smith and Holland. Smith wins the tip. Who wants it? The Titans, the Panthers. Dallas versus Houston. Ashton Smith, oh man, going up. Gets it blocked by Holland, but Scott picks up the loose ball. He misses a shot, Wild. Scott gets his own rebound and can't get the putback, but he gets fouled. He wanted the three-point play, but let's talk about Smith going up the throw down and Holland getting higher than him. High point in the ball and swatting them from behind.
I mean, on top of that, look how tall Ashton Smith is, and then you're going to extend that arm up there. Hollins had him rise up, and you can see right there, Ashton Smith gave him a little dap right there on the back. I think he recognized game right there in that situation.
You know, I mentioned earlier about Ramon Walker from Shadow Creek, how he can just light it up. You can tell he takes 1,000 jump shots a day, probably since he was 12 years old, maybe younger. Work ethic is there, but they're going to bulk him up when he gets to college. Mm-hmm. What do you think Ron Holland's going to look like in 4 years?
I mean, that's the thing. He's still so young and is already able to play so strong. And that sounds kind of ironic here in the situation. But you're right. Throw some meat on that kid. Allow him to get stronger, faster. He is going to be a dangerous force going forward.
Don't blink. Aaron Scott makes both free throws. The Titans have a 2-point lead. Duncanville with the basketball. Here's Phelps dribbling around. Phelps gets the screen from Holland, kicks it over the corner to the Demings. Nicholas by himself at the top. He's guarded by Scott. Calls for the screen, goes opposite of the screen. And he has nowhere to go. Hollins rolls to the basket here. Oh. Nicholas didn't see him. But Nicholas gets the bucket.
First made jumper in overtime in both of them.
21 points for Nicholas. Game is back tied, 2:44 and counting. Jalen Gibson with the basketball. Gets that high screen from Smith. Smith rolls.
He's got him.
Great pass from Gibson to Smith in the throwdown. 2-point lead for the Titans.
I've been calling for that since late in the 4th quarter, and Ashton Smith rising up, showing that strength, throwing it down.
Smith now has 10 points as Massey picks the pocket of Phelps.
Slow it down, and no rush here.
And with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, the roof of this brand new beautiful facility is ready to blow off the top.
He's got Smith.
Had Smith on the roll, settled for Massey in the corner, and he missed it. Holland throws it out front to Nicholas. Nicholas gathers it in the left corner, drives a lane, gets the bucket, and no. Yes, 2 fingers, the bucket and the foul for Damon Nicholas. And just like that, Duncanville with a chance to regain the lead. I don't know if that was an in-between, but the 2 fingers came out. The charge sign was there. Jalen Gibson's arguing his point. But who beat who to the spot? I don't know. All I know is it's a tied game. with 1:52 left, and we're going to start wiping off the sweat with foot towels instead of squeegees and brooms.
It's all right. It's only a 30-minute delay when they do this.
I mean, it just ices the shooter. This is the 4th time it's happened in this basketball game. Get them some brooms.
Sort of GoFundMe.
Gibson disappointed as he walks back to his offensive end of the court. Nicholas converts on the free throw. 24 points now as he has taken over in the second overtime period, scoring all 5 points for his Panthers. They now lead by 1. 1:45 and counting as P.J. Neal gets a high screen from Smith. Kicks it over to Massey. Massey doesn't see Smith in the low post. Gibson going to work that two-man game again. Nowhere to slip it. Kicks it out to Massey. Massey to Scott. Scott may have had baseline. Makes the decision to kick it back out to Massey. Another high screen from Smith. No mismatch. Gibson decides to go to the hole, and he gets fouled. He knew what was going to happen, as he was going to get rewarded for going up strong.
And that's just Gibson right there, utilizing his strength, lowering his shoulder. He drew the contact and just threw up a pair. Now he's going to the line to see if he can give the Titans a 1-point lead.
73-72 is our score. 1:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Excuse me, the fifth quarter, the second overtime period. Well, 4 plus 4 is 8. So you can't play another complete quarter until you have 2 overtimes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. With the 4 minutes, I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Meanwhile, the game is tied. Thank goodness this is a video broadcast and not just audio, because you wouldn't have known he made the free throw. But you know he made that one. 2 more points for Gibson. He now has 15. Titans are up by 1. Coach Peavy looking on. Nicholas with the ball in his hands. It's been all him in the overtime. Reyna, nowhere to go. He's been kind of quiet in the second half. 50 seconds. Reyna dribbles. Nowhere to go. Spins to his left. Nowhere to go. Feeds it up to Nicholas, who drives the lane off the mark. Good rebound by Dimmings. Kicks it out to Phelps. Phelps drives the lane. Finds an open Nicholas. Nicholas takes one dribble. Tries to use the backboard as a protector. Kicks it out to Reyna. And with 30 seconds left, it's Titan basketball as Reyna collapses and loses the basketball. Massey with it in his hands. Timeout, Titans. 22.8 seconds left. And it is a 1-point legacy lead.
Oh, man. I mean, you can just feel everybody right now tensed up, and rightfully so, as it has just been, we've been treated to an incredible 2 ball games here. I mean, this has lived up to the hype and more right now.
I mean, they need to name this the Legacy brand. Is that what we're called tonight?
I mean, at this point, they might have to just keep you and I together for all these kind of games if they're going to be this exciting all the way around.
Every game I do is exciting. I mean, every game I've done on Vype has been exciting.
That's incredible.
I did a game with a couple of 0-4 football teams, and it ended up going like 48-44. I mean,
you might have just given yourself the broadcasting curse now, and now you're going to get a bunch of painful games to do from here on out. But other than that,
no, I love the barn burners. This is far from it. This is just elite basketball.
Absolutely.
Championship mode, 22.8. Gibson looking to inbound it. Get a 3 count, get a 4 count, get the ball in. Neal with the basketball. No foul from Duncanville, and there it comes. As Coach Peavy tells Juan Reyna, don't just foul the man, go for the ball. Foul on the ball.
Yep. Yeah, make a play. If you're going to foul him, then at least try to get the steal at the same time.
19.9 on the clock. P.J. Neal knocks down the first. He's got 10 points. Number 11 will make this a 3-point game. I don't know if you want that or not. Of course you want it.
Yeah, grow your lead.
There it is. Everybody in the Coliseum up again. It's 15 and counting. Zurich Phelps kicks it over to Nicholas. To Dimmings in the corner to Nicholas. Nicholas steps back, chunks up a 3, and it's ice water with 5 seconds left.
Oh, my Lord.
and they're saying that the Titans call timeout. It's tied up 76-76. Nicholas with 27 points.
I don't know if we do have a timeout. I'm trying to read Gibson over there, what he's doing. I guess he's trying to just talk to the referees. I'm not 100% sure what's happening in there. But the referees are having an in-depth conversation right there at center court.
So the ball went through with 5 seconds left, but in high school basketball, there is no resetting of the clock unless the officials confer to put 5 seconds up there. So it's sitting at 3.8.
And he's going over to the score tables right now. I think they're about to adjust that.
Again, Nicholas. Damon Nicholas. Looking like Dame Lillard out there.
I was. If you weren't, I was. That's where I was going to come in on that one.
You know about Dame Dimes. How about Nicholas Nichols?
Yeah.
For big Deuce Nickel. Big number 25. So the Titans are going to go with heaving it with 3.8 seconds left. Nobody on the inbounder as Jalen Gibson can run the baseline here. Don't know why he needs to.
No.
I would take a step back and just kind of launch it.
Yep, or take a step off to the side to get away from the backboard. I want to have Smith flash up to the center right there. You throw it to him and then let him make an outlet pass over to the wing, and you try to put up a three, and they're going to make the clock go up to 4.4 seconds now.
So, wow, they put 0.6 seconds back on the clock. 4.5, 4.4 to be exact.
That is a very good eye by the referee to know that only 0.6 seconds ran off the clock. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, at this point, it's all subjective. Don't want to take away from the children, the athletes, the kids. I was going to say kids, I said children.
No,
the kids on the court, now they run it back to 3.7, 3.1. The clock's moving without anything happening. And there's the 5 seconds we talked about, and then now they ran it back to 3.4. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah,
oh, well.
We'll get eventually there.
I'm going to stop clock watching because you know what? It's not going to do me any good if we go into a third overtime. How about triple bonus basketball?
Well,
Might not need it.
If you're the Titans right now, who do you want taking this shot at this moment? I feel like they have Gibson doing the inbounds pass there. He's had the hot hand. And we're originally back to the 3.8 now. I didn't know getting a clock was this tough in 2020.
I'm just speechless right now. I don't even know why.
4.5.
So they added 0.7 seconds.
Yep, big difference.
Oh, well, I'd say one miss and then start the clock is what I would have done. But, oh, well, I'm not in charge. These 3 men in zebra stripes are. 4.5 seconds, tied at 76. Massey runs the court, gets it back to Gibson. Gibson loses it off his knee, and the ball is thrown up at the end of the game by Zurich Phelps.
And this game just does not want to end, Lance.
More basketball. Yeah, we're going to commercial break. That was just amazing. 76-76. Lots of free throws, a lot of points coming up in the third overtime, I promise you.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, triple overtime about to begin. Number 3 We've already played a ton of basketball here inside the Coliseum at Legacy, the School of Sports Science. They're all knotted up with Duncanville. Let's get some energy, says our official, who's jumping it off. It's Smith and Holland again. Holland kind of loses the tip.
Wow.
TJ Neal can't get it to go, but it's Smith cleaning it up. 12 points for Smith. Duncanville nearly loses it. Gets the ball back to Nicholas, up to Reyna. It's pretty interesting watching Duncanville have to play a half-court set like they have.
It's completely changed their game here in overtime.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't know what to do until Ron Holland says, "Shut your mouth, announcer man." I'm going to hit a three to go up by one. 3:19 and counting. 79 to 78 is our score. Weird screen by Smith. Backdoor cut to Scott. Fadeaway jumper on the baseline. Knocked it down. Bucket and the foul. 1 point lead as it changes back to the Titans. Aaron Scott now has 15 points. Make it 16. 2 point lead. Holland running the floor. Kisses it off the glass as he controlled his body to not get the charge. 18 points. 5 in the overtime, number 3. We're knotted up at 81, 2:50 and counting. Here's Neal kicking it over to Gibson. Gibson looking back at Neal. It's just a two-man game. Out top. Neal not settling, driving to the hole, gets the ball stripped. Quick hands by Reyna. It'll remain Titan basketball. 2:31 left in overtime, number 3. Gibson, nowhere to go, so he's going to throw it into the backcourt. And we have an inadvertent whistle, and the clock doesn't start. So now we're going to go back to the clock operator and see if he can put or take 1 or 2 tenths of a second off the clock. Let's see. So it's ruled an inadvertent whistle. 2.5 minutes left in overtime, number 3. Now he's got to decide where we're going to throw the basketball in from. Gibson will take it once again. Inbounds it to Neal, back into the hands of Gibson. Gibson and Neal up top. John Massey drains it. 3-point lead for the Titans. Here's Reyna from the right corner. Misses it. Put back no good. Titans up by 3.
Oh.
Here comes Reyna. He's going to pull up and miss another 3.
That's not a good shot.
1:54 and counting. Titans with a 3-point lead as the dunk attempt no good. And Reyna on the long miss on the dunk gets the long rebound and cuts the lead to 1. 1:40 remaining, 84-83. Legacy leads. Gibson gets the ball into the hands of Neal. Neal calls Massey out. The ball goes off of Massey, but they're going to say that it hit off of Phelps' hand. Phelps can't believe it. 80 seconds left. 84-83 is our score. Titans in the white jerseys have the lead. Reyna following Neal all the way into the backcourt.
Oh.
Neal nearly travels, throws the ball away, and that ball is tipped by Reyna. Coach Peavy wants a travel. Can't get the call. 1:09 left, still a 1-point lead for the Titans. Gibson to inbound. Looks across court to Scott. Scott rolls off the screen, gets the ball into Ashton Smith's hands. Smith not trying to do too much with it. Back over to Massey. Massey just hit a 3 a second ago. This time he drives the lane with a 1-point lead and just working the clock down to 50 seconds.
Travel.
And a travel called on Massey. At what point were the pipes going to burst on that possession?
I mean, situation you just can't have it.
45 seconds. Here's Nicholas. Going to work on Scott. Drives in the lane, kicks it off the glass, and no good. Scott with the rebound. And then the Titans lose the ball on the exchange between Scott and Jonathan Massey. 32.4 seconds. Duncanville inbounds it on their end of the court.
Towel time.
I just got that. Towel time. Legacy needs to ask Santa Claus for a broom, I'm telling you.
It'll be the gift that keeps on giving.
1-point deficit for Duncanville. Coach Peavy calls a timeout. We're going to take it with him. Let's take a quick break here on VypeLive.com. Duncanville trails by 1 with the ball. 32 seconds left.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas. We know it as Clutch City. Duncanville from the DFW looking to be clutch inside the Coliseum. Probably the most high-profile basketball game ever witnessed in this venue. For 2 times tonight. Phelps will inbound it for Duncanville. Gets it inside to Nicholas, who doesn't go straight up with it, but he finds Holland, who misses a 10-footer and then doesn't get the foul off the rebound. 22 seconds and counting. Titans with a 1-point lead, and they'll get the timeout. 20.2 on the clock. Interesting little incident with Scott. May have got hit in the face, and then his coach comes out to grab him and hits him in the nose
He's
again.
bleeding, is what they just said. Yep, they'll have to come out.
So that's a...
Judging by what the coach has just said, it looks like it's just a bloody nose.
Right. Got hit in the nose. Look, that would help. That would hurt if it was on the defensive end, but this is all about making free throws now. Guarantee you Duncanville's will come out and foul immediately.
Speaking of free throws, right now the Titans have hit 8 straight free throws here in overtime, so showing up big in the late, especially when you're tired. That's coming up huge right there.
20.2 left. 84-83 is our score. Legacy leads Duncanville. If you're just now tuning in, it's been a huge show. I mean, Damon Nicholas, the Sam Houston State commit, has 27 points for Duncanville. And pretty much everybody's in double figures for Legacy. as a foul is called. No time goes off the clock. Far, far away from the inbound play. And they'll go ahead and put Brian Miles at the free throw line. Miles nails the first one. He's got 9 points. The lead is 2 with 19.6 seconds left. Second free throw from Miles is off the mark. 2-point game, under 20 seconds here. Zurich. Phelps. Over to Holland, who nails the three. 10 seconds left. It's a 1-point lead for Duncanville. Here's Neal in the lane. Throws up a prayer. And the game is going to be...
There'll be time back on. That ball was out of bounds when the clock went off.
Extended for one more second. Interesting play. Ron Holland just knocked down that three. He now has 21 points.
And none of them bigger than that moment right there, just rising up and ice in the veins. We were talking about him earlier and just how impressive he is. And
86-81 is our score.
Just continuing that legacy. And speaking of, timeout from Legacy.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand up.
It would be a good moment to be standing, as it's going to come down to this. They still haven't put any time back on the clock, though.
There's no reason to sit down. They'll put 1 second on the clock. It's going to be nothing but a tip. No catch and shoot, none of that. 0.6 seconds added to the clock. So you can't even catch it and shoot it. You have to tip it.
I believe it's with 0.4. That's by rule. You can, that's the max you can have for catch and shoot. So you technically have enough time, but it's not going to be something that you would be able to load up on.
Very interesting here, as that ball was slapped from behind on the putback after Neal was driving it in the lane. Duncanville leads 86-85. They're 0.6 of a second away from escaping the Coliseum with Legacy with a 1-point victory. Gibson will inbound it. Will we have a miracle? Here we go. Ball thrown under the basket, and the shot is missed by Miles. Duncanville will slap hands. Duncanville will escape 86-85 with a victory over Legacy, the School of Sports Science. It's been an amazing night with you, Mr. MacArthur. What's your take on the end of this game?
I mean, it had everything. Devastation for Legacy at the end there, but got to give credit to Duncanville and especially Hollins coming up big with that humongous three down the stretch. In fact, that was they were 3 of 6 in the end here in overtime, and that was none bigger than from Hollins to take away that win. And what a treat for these fans and for everybody watching back at Vype.
5 guys in double figures for Legacy. 4 in double figures for the Duncanville Panthers, including Ron Holland with 21 and Damon Nicholas with 27 points tonight. That's going to do it here on VypeLive.com. Shadow Creek wins our first game for the city of Houston. Duncanville wins the second game for the city of Dallas. Next year they need to schedule 3 teams so we can get that rubber match. For Brandon MacArthur, my name is Lance Edwards here on VypeLive.com, wishing you a good night. And thank you for tuning in to watch Texas high school basketball on VypeLive.com. So long, good night, and we'll see you at the end of this year all the way into 2021 as well.